Hello, everyone. Welcome to ROP, Run of Play podcast, where we have unfiltered conversations about football with your guys. I'm Tove. We've got Johnny Boy, we've got Jude, and we've got our moderator, the ultimate Arsenal hater, Sean T. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good, pretty good. I feel like I might because I'm thinking about getting more tattoos, so maybe I'll get that on my body. Ultimate Arsenal hater.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
proud. Um,
That would be ugly.
Yes, and we also have Johnny Boy, who is a fluid fan. If there was a pansexual fan,
Fan of
so
fine jerseys, that's me.
yeah,
Manchester United included.
yes, and then we
My
have
my jersey is not fine now, so unfortunately, it's
Are
not
you,
fine.
are you okay?
Sponsor, what's it called again? The useless sponsor you guys again.
Japan will fit you.
Yeah, no jersey my use fine.
fair enough, and we also got Jude, the Ronaldo #1 fan. How are you doing? Did you enjoy his performance in the last game?
Good to be back.
I've not seen or heard any sues these Euros.
I guarantee you in the knockout stages.
You guys,
Esu,
Yeah. I will silence some people.
segue into the actual conversation itself, and I think since you brought it up, let's start with Portugal Slovenia. This is going to be a quick episode, but we'll just talk about the round of 16. Starting with you, Jude. Portugal Slovenia. I'm guessing you expect Portugal to win, but the question really is, talking points from Portugal's last game was they lost to Georgia. That was they won. No, they lost
to Georgia 2-0.
That's in Georgia, but that was a surprise to everyone. Ronaldo had a tantrum, left the pitch in anger or in tears. What do you expect Portugal to do for this game against Slovenia? Do you expect them to bounce back? Do you expect it to be business as usual, or are you concerned or worried at all?
Well, I think for the match they played, right, they rested some players, right? I also expected them to rest Ronaldo, right? They don't really need the point. They should have just played the other guys so that you don't have your bias towards Ronaldo again. Well, I feel like those guys are going to be back. The only challenge that I think they will have is probably All Black. That's what I think. It might be a difficult one to break, but I don't think if they pressure more, I don't think that Slovenia defense can. Oblak has his moments, so there'll be like one moment where he's gonna miss it and they can go through.
Is Ronaldo going to score or not?
It's one of those tapping goals that you always comment about.
Did you see his record? Did you see he's gone two group stage matches, both the World Cup and the Euros without scoring?
That's fine, as long as the team is winning.
Dr. Toves, is it as simple as Portugal, better team than Slovenia, so they're gonna win?
No, I disagree because Slovenia has actually surprised me this Euros. They're playing quite good football. The players understand each other, while Portugal, on the other hand, I don't even think they understand what they're doing. Because even the game against Georgia was by far the better team. 2 minutes, in the first 2 minutes, they already had a goal. And, you would think that they had. Semedo was, first of all, had a meh. He was non existent. They were just targeting that his wing. And up front, there was no one there. João, Felix, Ronaldo. Come on, guys. Like, I don't think anything is going to happen in the next game. Like, so I expect Slovenia to do something. Even if they don't do it in the first 90 minutes, I think they will qualify by the extra time. That's what I would like to happen. I don't know if that's what's exactly going to happen, but yeah, Ronaldo is going to play, obviously, and we know when Ronaldo is in the team, it's difficult to get anyone else on the ball in the attacking sense. So, good luck to them.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you 100% on that. I think if Portugal knows what's good for them, they should find a way to edge Ronaldo out of the squad. I think it's always difficult to do anything when you concede a goal in 2 minutes, right? Only teams with very strong mentalities can bounce back from conceding a goal in 2 minutes. Usually, if you concede in 2 minutes, you're bound to concede more goals and lose the game.
Yeah.
I think on another day, 7 or 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
But you're not giving them the benefit of that they rested some first team. That's what you're not
Diogo
looking
Jota,
at.
he came on, he didn't do anything either. So
They are
I'm going to give Portugal the edge in this one, just because I feel that Portugal is going to use like tournament experience to knock them out. Remember the game against Czech Republic?
experience.
remember the game against Czech Republic? That's the kind of game I see happening against Slovenia, whereby Slovenia is going to defend and they try to hit Portugal on the counter, score a goal, and then try to defend, and some defensive calamities will happen, and then Portugal is going to win the game. So I think Portugal is going to win.
Yes, my expectation.
So what? One question. I always confuse that Slovenia and Slovakia. Slovenia is the one where you have a black as the goalie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Portugal is going to beat them. I think me and you are on the same boat with this one.
I actually do not think it's a 50-50. I think it's more of either 70-30 or 80 in favor of Switzerland. They have a more cohesive kind of team play, and they still have those guys that still have it, right? Italy is just trying to form a team. They are still in that build-up stage of trying to. This coach is still a new coach. I think it's probably his first competition out with these guys. So they were lucky enough to escape with Croatia, through Croatia. So it's either luck follows them. That's why I'll give them 20. But I think Switzerland will walk over. That's what I think. Except if Donnarumma is going to be crazy.
Well, I'm also in agreement with Jude on this one. I think Switzerland is going to walk over Italy, and I use the term walk over like on purpose because I think Granit Xhaka is having the form of his life, or season of his life. Who would have thought, eh? Shaqiri as well from nowhere is balling like he's still 2015 or something like that. So and Italy has not impressed at all this tournament. I know like knockout stages is where all these kind of teams shine, where they defend, sit deep, and like one goal, some kind of smash and grab. But I don't think that's going to work against Switzerland because they're very, very possessive. They have the high press. They are more like front foot football, while Italy is kind of the worst version of England, I would say. So I'm predicting Switzerland should do something like one goal win or 2-1, that type of situation. That's my take on this.
You already know mine now.
It's still showing recording.
Still showing recording on mine too.
Maybe it is. So it's not time for Spain to.
This guy, Spain is winning this thing. I don't know why. You see, I know the good about Spain. We will beat the big boys to win it. Because Portugal is in our side. We have to go to Portugal, France, and
yeah, jumping ahead of this thing. So we have your Switzerland versus Italy. I didn't get your own.
You know I'm always going for the Swiss. You know, I said one of my dark horses was Switzerland. I went for Switzerland, my dark horse.
Okay.
I picked Switzerland just because I feel that Switzerland, they're more organized. They're more experienced as well because I think they have more players that have been to tournaments than Italy. Italy is just like a young team trying to, blend in and bond together. And to me, they just scraped in because if Croatia just had a little bit of youth in them, they would have survived. It's old age that is worrying Croatia. That's why Italy qualified. So
I think this is the first consensus that we're having, Guzman. Denmark have an old Christian Eriksen, Højbjerg that likes to, huff and puff, Christensen from, I think, Chelsea as well. They have one or two players, and they have our star boy, Højlund. Yeah. Well, yes, and Dr. Toves.
There has been a flop. Put that. There has been a flop. At the Euros now.
Is this?
Why has it been a flop?
Because he's doing the same.
He hasn't scored any goal.
Says no. I don't even know if he's had an attempt on goal either.
Don't bring Ronaldo here now because he's a flop.
It's probably the team played.
Dr. Toves, is Højlund's form, I guess, dispositive for Denmark? Should we expect them to be on their way back home after this game?
It should be an interesting game. If there's going to be a winner, obviously we pick Germany to win it, or just because of home advantage. Sometimes when you're at home, we know that sometimes the officiating can kind of go your way because of the fans' influence. So I just picked them to go through. Yes, Germany has a more attacking style of football. The Danish team, they don't really know what they're doing yet. But I just think it's going to be a tough game because even in the group stages, Denmark has proven that they're not a walkover. So I'm expecting quite an interesting game on this one. To be fair, I can't really call it. I just know Germany is going to win. But in terms of the gameplay,
that's calling it. You say you can't call it, but Germany is going to win.
Yeah, I can't really call it. Basically, I'm sitting on the fence here just in case.
But you think Germany's going to win? That's
Yeah,
your
yeah, I
call.
think that's
But you
going
think
to
it will be tough. Johnny
Yeah,
boy,
tough.
I don't know. I think when we're talking at first, you said Germany was your only competition for Spain. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming you think this is going to be a walkover for them.
Yeah, I just think it'll be too much for the Danish teams because I feel like Dr. Toob said home advantage and the fact that there's something about Germany in this tournament. It just looks so different. I know they played shitty teams, but there's this resilience and this pride. They're like, oh, we have to win the tournament. We are home, so we have to win it for the fans. So I do expect them to win. Yeah.
Okay, Jude.
I feel Germany all the way. I know they will win.
Yeah.
The thing there is, the mindset is that I'm not. It's going to be a really, really strong upset for Denmark to pull that win, and it's gonna be like something they have to defend for the whole 90 minutes and then score one goal. I don't see Denmark doing that. The other thing is, I think they will come with that mentality to come and defend and counter, and that will limit their forward pressing, right? So Germany will take them on that, and there will obviously be an error
Somewhere in their defense, right?
somewhere. And the German guys, they shoot outside of the box, unlike England. So I think it's most likely going to be a high scoring match for me, like maybe 3.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that's another consensus basically because I think we're all on the same page. Germany's going to win. It would be a huge upset, I think, if Germany go home. I think Germany should just have too much quality, both like tactically in terms of what the coach is going to set up and the team with Kroos and Rudiger and Havertz, who seems like he's on form, and Musiala and all these players like they have.
Does anybody notice that this German team have 2 black players as their centre backs?
Yeah, I mean, follow your thoughts to its conclusion. Okay, and
I was waiting for the yes.
No, I'm just saying that's a good thing. That's what I'm just saying. Like,
A lot of
for
European
black
teams
shows how
have,
far.
For like they
Yeah.
have
okay, I mean,
The other white defenders. It shows
They
that
walk off
those 2 guys, they are the best 2
maybe
defenders in Germany. That's why they are playing.
maybe we do
That's what I'm trying to
a
say.
quick sidebar here. Because I think a running or a background theme of the Euros, I think politically at least, is the fact that for France, for example, somebody posted a picture of the French squad. And because it's Twitter now, a lot of racists, a lot of people are coming to say, "Wow, is this a French squad?" You look at the background of all those French people, the long arm of colonization can still be felt in the fact that this person is from Cameroon, this person is from Cote d'Ivoire, this person is really from another place. I mean, do you guys think? Jude, maybe you start. Like, do you guys think it matters? It makes any difference? Should we not care? Should we care? Because I mean, Johnny Boy brought it up.
You, Jude, it starts with you, Jude, they call you.
I've never looked at it that way, but I think mix is always good. But I just feel like you can also have a white good defender if you're looking based on color or based on heritage. You can have it. They're good European defenders too. They're good Brazilian defenders like Thiago Silva and the rest, right? They're also good Asian defenders. But it's all about like they're just probably lucky to have those 2 guys at this moment. That's what I feel. It's not like it was.
No, I mean the question is a
defenders
political one, right? And let's bring it home. Let's say, for example, there was a team representing Anambra State. I don't know if that's where you're from.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And a team that represents Anambra United, right? In the 2 center backs, so maybe 9 out of 11 players, their name was Kende, Fagbo, this thing, and they would say maybe their father lived in Lagos and then moved to Anambra.
Singing Pogba, everyone was singing Benjamin Mendy, everyone was singing everything, like all the French people were singing. They're happy to win the World Cup. It doesn't matter who won it. It's just other people that like to focus on ethnicity that try to paint a picture that shouldn't be. Because if you look at all throughout the Euros, maybe Georgia, apart from Georgia, I think almost every other team has some form of mixture in there, so it's not.
And maybe you can say that the all white teams are the worst team. Is the teams that are all white. They are the first to go.
But to me, I see that like it's countries that have lots of immigration too, right? So I mean, you should have lots of.
Let's look at the flip side of this, right? Let's look at the flip side of the situation. Would the Nigerian team be better if Bukayo Saka was playing for Nigeria instead of England? Would African football be better if Kobe Mino was playing for Ghana instead of, or if Raheem Sterling was playing for his country? So on the flip side, is there anything to even care about, with regards to all this? David Alaba, if he was playing for Nigeria instead of wherever he's playing?
I'm going to
Austria.
jump in and say no. I don't think it's going to make
I
any
don't think it will
difference.
make any difference.
Yeah, it will not make
I
any
think
difference.
it's more like the way you land at the airport, and the first thing you notice is the heat to brainwash you that you're back to Nigeria. You understand? So when they come back, they'll probably be brainwashed again and feel like we are bigger, we are better, we don't need to train, we are bigger than the coach. Like the same mentality will just flow in the team. So it takes only people with that personal
Strong, yeah.
Yeah,
ethics
I don't.
to bring out the best them every time. I just feel the issue with the France team is more like I've not seen the racist part. I see more of association. You know, when somebody's successful and you want to associate with my father's brother's friend, you understand? I know him from this. You understand? That's what it's like. I've not seen the racist part
Yeah.
No,
that
I mean,
much
it might not,
popular.
it might not even be racist, but I mean, I guess what people might call wokeness, right? Many people talk about it like as a conversation that, first off,
Yeah, they do.
these foreign countries all have black skin, dark skin people representing them. Secondly, but they're still racist within the country, and these people are only celebrated in a sporting capacity. Is that a problem that, in the everyday society they're still not recognized? Also, you get the conversations about how all the black footballers all have white wives. All this type of race still comes up as a conversation within football. But let's not get bogged down straight to England.
also have
I just
to look
wanted
at
to just do a quick one on the flip side one. I don't think that if Saka was playing for Nigeria instead, it will be discovered because I think we have so many
So many Sakas in
talented
Nigeria,
players.
yeah.
Exactly, so many. Yeah,
I mean,
excelling where they are.
we had
So
one
it's
guy
what it
now,
is.
right? For lack of a better term, call him. I don't know if people remember, but the gist that
Exactly.
year was that he went to play for Arsenal. He did try
Yeah.
hard or something. I don't know if that was real gist or if that was fake. Fake gist.
Yeah.
Quality
I think
fact.
we'll never know. We'll never know. To be honest.
I think coming to this era, I think it probably was edited.
Never know. That's
With
what
the
I can
benefit
say.
of hindsight,
Yes,
right?
It was edited because I've never seen anybody with that love of football choosing education
Over.
where you can still continue the education. It doesn't make sense. No matter
No. I mean, did you see that viral video of somebody who said that like he had passport, everything ready to travel, and he upset his mother or something, and the mother said maybe he's evil spirit or
he
something.
didn't have this problem, right? He didn't have this problem. Even the mother would have pushed him to go.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, I can imagine a situation where maybe he talked to one pastor or he talked to one person that told him, no, I had a dream.
I just think
something like
it
that.
has to do with something diabolic or something. Then that was what it was linked for. Let's just let it be.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah,
about
yeah.
black players, France and Belgium, they have lots of
France.
them in there.
Speaking of black players, right? That's
Yeah.
But we don't want it to be a subject matter, but Belgium had one of the most despicable, their own history of colonization is one of the worst in terms of what they did. And France is a unique case because France, I think up until I don't know how long, maybe they still are, they were still collecting essentially
They still
rents
are, yes.
from their former colonies, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And there's a pipeline basically from francophone countries where the best, most talented people they all just go end up playing for France. So France, Belgium. I can start and say I expect France to win. Belgium has been disappointed. I'm loving all the memes about Lukaku and how terrible he is because I've been on that train for a long time. Passing it back to you, Dr. Toves, to France, Belgium. Do you see a surprise?
No, there's no surprise. There's no surprise at all. I didn't even think Belgium was going to make it to this stage, to be honest with you. I thought, France is going to walk over them just because of the way the squad is set up. The forward line for Belgium is not really doing anything. Lukaku, nothing to write home about. I don't even think that is I don't even think that is the quality of the player. I think it's the setup or the understanding between each other. Like you watch a pure counter attack, like in the previous game, and there's it just ends up in nothing. Either they not play the right pass, or they're too selfish and things like that. So I just think they are their biggest
Enemies.
That's the word. Yeah. So France is definitely going to be a comfortable, high scoring round of 16, I would say.
Wow, Jude.
Obviously not with Kolomwani. If Kolomwani plays and Marcus Thuram, well, then maybe that's a different conversation.
No caveat now. You can't have it both ways. France. Okay.
I can have it both ways in sports.
I'll also give it to France. I just think even without Mbappe, with the current form and team, these guys are Belgium, the way they play. I don't think they would pass that French defense. So it's either Lukaku scores an offside that VAR overrules and they go and defend it.
I think
I
Lukaku even has the most, by the way.
So it's not going to happen. Like, it's going to be very rare. Like, it has to be. I'm trying to think who is going to do it, because KDB is probably not there of that energy like he had before, and he's not probably enjoying playing in this team. I just feel like he's just playing because I'm from Belgium. I have to go, otherwise I'll make the media, right? He's probably going to retire after this tournament.
Let's spice it up a bit. I think France is at risk of suffering under the weight of their expectations. Right? I think aside from England, the team with the most expectations probably is France. Because of the team, because of Mbappe. Mbappe is captain now, everything. So I mean,
the last World Cup
is there
as
any
well.
chance where, like Portugal, Georgia, any chance where Belgium scores an early goal or something, or a free kick goal, and France can't find their feet, basically?
I think you should check the last games of France. Have you ever seen them consider an early goal?
It's football we're talking about now. We're talking about this football. Yeah,
but you have to also look at stats, right? And the team they are playing against. When last did you hear Belgium scoring early goal? That's the first question. Okay. So it's going to be like a very, very big miracle. Like, you need Odumeje to release one of his powers.
No, let's assume Odumeje does release one of his powers. Right? The question I'm asking is, do you think France can succeed, like, with the pressure that they're under? Because the French team before had people like Benzema, had some senior men. I don't think Varane is playing a lot in this squad. Do you think to play under the pressure that they're under right now?
Was France's last game Netherlands?
I thought he's not in the team.
That was the last game, right?
Yeah, I think so, because we had a conversation.
And that was they played Austria first.
The last game was in Netherlands. The last game was Poland.
They drew the last game. It wasn't
Poland because Netherlands lost.
So we've watched Belgium play the underdogs in their groups, and all they could do was to come out as second or something, or third?
Second.
That's what they came out as. But now they're meeting a heavyweight. Do you understand? Yes. It's going to be hard. They have to step up their performance, and players, or is giving them information and they're doing something else on the pitch. It's not.
There's a disconnect somewhere.
It's hard to happen for us to say, okay, they have a chance.
Boy, from the pulling on that thread, right? Oftentimes you hear that in semi-final or quarter-final or knockout stages, people rise up to the occasion. But like, so are you? Is it France? Or do you think there's any chance? Because it looks like we're all in agreement that it's France. Okay, it looks like.
Boy, you do.
Well, we're waiting for Jake. I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
So me, I'm good. I think France is gonna win, but I want Belgium to win it. That's this thing.
Spain.
No, it's not even. I'm not funny enough. I'm not scared of France. What I've seen from France playing this tournament, I'll be happy playing France, because France they have not pulled trees. If you guys are being honest with yourselves, there's no game they played so well. They were lucky to beat Austria. If Austria just had a little bit of wits about them, they would have beaten France or drew the game. And if they had drawn the game, France would have had 3 points. Mbappe hasn't been all that. I know he missed the second game through injury, but even the last game he played, he wasn't.
But he broke his nose. Let's try and be.
But the first game he didn't break his nose. What did he do? He didn't do much.
He broke his nose during the game.
Yeah, but he broke his nose the end of the match though. Like
France, Poland, Mbappe played well, and I think that against the Belgian defense, he's going to have a field day.
He didn't play well against.
He played
because he scored a goal.
His overall play. It's not about scoring, just scoring a goal.
To me, he wasn't
you're a hater. I agree. You're hating.
He just wants.
Is Morata? Mbappe did not play, but if you ask him Morata,
the funny part. If Belgium knocks out France, I don't think we're playing them. I think we're playing the winner of Germany.
That's correct.
You meet them on
Yeah.
the other side now, so you're looking for weaker teams to meet
They have to
when you
beat
get to
Germany
the
first.
No,
though.
no, no.
Sorry,
Exactly,
you're
that's what
not
I'm saying.
you're not going out. I just forgot that the next
The plane
I'm knocking off Georgia
the
now,
plane is
bro.
about
Come
to
on.
crash.
five more,
There's
but I just remember you're about to
this
crash.
thing. Moving on to
And-
England, Slovakia. That's supposed to be a tricky game. But like I think from my perspective, I think England's going to win. I think England, whenever they're the favorites, they would win. But the moment England faces a team that is a 50-50, chance of them winning or losing, then they will lose. But this team, England will win. I don't know, do you see England getting through or Slovakia?
3-0, maybe it could happen that day. That's what I'm thinking. Like now, everybody has to score.
Okay.
If England scores first, they will look for the second and the third, right? And they will destabilize the team. The problem is them. I think Southgate should. I watched the last game, they were too possessive and high, but the goals weren't coming. I think if it was days of Ferguson, he would have probably introduced a second striker. So I don't know why Southgate is holding on that part. The usual England we used to watch far back, we used to have second double
Yeah.
strikers, Heskey and Rooney, Owen and somebody like. But now everybody changed 4-3-3. But like even 9-man England would still possess the ball against those guys. So why don't you just bring a striker to break that difference? So either Kane goes back and Watkins just waits for the ball to score. You understand that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, or somebody just because there's a disconnect in that midfield. At some point, I saw Jude on the wing. I don't know if that's where he played for the match, but when I started watching, he was on the wing. I was like, why is Jude on the wing? He's not supposed to be like behind the striker or something. That's where I see him mostly, so I can run into the box and give those goals. So I feel like England will win, but if they play the same way they play, it might go to penalties, and that's where I'm scared of England. The next thing, the black players will be on the the pages of the media. That's what
I think even the way they've been playing before, I still expect them to win.
I expect them to win too.
Pulling on something that Jude brought up, right? I do agree with people that are saying that Pep has ruined football. Because like Jude was saying, before people used to play two strikers. People used to be more imaginative. But now, because of Pep, everybody's playing essentially doing the same thing. Everybody's wing back is inverting. Everybody's playing three in the midfield. And then your midfielders are playing on the wing. Your wingers are playing in the center. The strikers are playing in. Everybody's now so has Pep ruined football? Do you think England has a chance against Slovakia? Should they keep it simple?
Let me just pause you before you jump in. Don't you miss those days of Robin cutting in and doing it and covering it? Like those goals. Now
100%.
everybody wants to pass. There's no flair again. No Ronaldo, Quaresma dribbling somebody and covering the ball, and like individual brilliance coming out.
Even Pep realizes now, right? Even Pep realizes that like he needs to find a balance, which is why they brought Haaland, which is why they brought Doku. You can't. There's a limit to how you can do this whole tiki taka upside down this thing. Yeah.
I hope it stays at Man City when KDB leaves, so that I'll see how he can play. They probably tried with Arsenal.
Mep,
Next season.
Johnny Boy, I expect nothing but hate from you, but nonetheless,
I did, but the loss is Slovakia, Ukraine, or Slovakia, Romania. Which one?
Georgia.
They lost one, yeah.
They scored first, and then Ukraine came back in second half. Yeah, they
I
got first.
didn't watch their game in Ukraine, but I saw their game against Romania, and it was more like two teams just playing for the draw because they knew that the draw would take them through. But I think England will be too much for them, so I just think. And to me, Slovakia looks like somebody that is happy just being in the second round.
oh yeah, no,
I think that
let's
feeling
stick with
that
you.
feeling of being in second round.
Let's stick with you, Johnny Boy, because for Spain versus
Yeah.
Georgia, money for him based on what they are seeing from
Yeah, the Leon, Abi Marseille.
I think Marseille.
Monaco. Sorry.
based on what they are seeing from
It's
Georgia.
Monaco, the striker, their striker.
They also have the Georgia Cristiano Ronaldo. I can't pronounce the guy's name.
Yeah, whatever
Something,
his
something,
name is. Yeah, I know.
something. Can they surprise
The guy that
Spain
scored against Portugal.
in this next round?
They can surprise Spain by limiting our passes, but like Spain is still good, do what we gotta do and knock them out. No, Spain is the only team yet to concede, and only 100% teams. We have 2 records going for us. Yet to concede and 100. The only team that went 100%. But I'll still say I don't still like this Spanish coach. But one thing I noticed about him is he seems to be more on the defensive side. Like let's play, but let's be compact at the back. Because I noticed in their game against who they even play last, Albania. They were happy with their one. Normal Spain, when you score one, they will keep on pumping you. But they were like kind of content with the 1-0. No, but let's just take the 1-0, defend and just.
And that was a bit of concern for you.
Yeah, that's just my problem. We seem to not score enough goals to me. I don't know.
What
You need it in the future. That's why you're conserving it.
What about the team itself?
It's more of like making us. I like the team. Funny enough, I do like I love our team. Roddy being the glue in the midfield. Then we have our good goalies. We have fantastic wingers with Lamine Yamal, the 2 young boys, the 2 young stars, the golden boys, Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams.
So Jude, aside from Rodri, this Spanish team doesn't really have experience. Do you think it's possible that
Caballero is experienced.
Do you think it's possible, Rodri and Cavalla? Do you think it's possible that like some kind of naivete, might prevent Spain from actually succeeding, or do you think it's a slam dunk, basically, Spain versus Georgia?
For me, I'll give it to Spain, but in the back of my mind, it's more like the voodoo. Right? When you are against somebody and they've been winning, so now you have to support them so that they start losing. Just like I did with Arsenal.
That won't work now. That will work.
I'll give it to Spain, but I'm giving it to you now. So be happy.
With your support, to be honest.
I think the 2 teams that look so small but too stubborn could be is between Georgia, Romania, and I think maybe Turkey. But I'm giving, from the group stages, I'll give Romania and Georgia, right? But it's more like if those guys come now and defend, the Spanish team is like a team you can defend 90 minutes against. Unlike the England team, you can expect something to happen, right? But the Spanish team now can defend 90 minutes, and it will only be an error. It has to be like our own defensive error
that will cause them to score. Yeah,
not like they can score.
Can actually break down the team.
That's what I just would tell. So it's more like if the Georgian team performs, they will. But I give it to Spain though. I'll give it to Spain.
I'm sure Johnny Boy is not paying attention, but I'm sure if you ask him, he mentioned the 2 young stars. What do you call it? Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal. Do you think some new stars are born? Usually after every tournament, some players end up, their profile increases. Do you think we're seeing a new generation like Lamine, for example, somebody cementing himself as a superstar, or can Spain be on their way home? Is the plane about to crash?
Yeah. No, superstars will always be born, but I want to channel my inner Jude and also be a hater. Because even though yes, they have the 100% record, why would I want otherwise? On the other side, Georgia has the most goals they have the highest goal scorer so far in the tournament. So I'm thinking Georgia can, upset Spain the same way they upset Belgium. Oh, sorry, upset Portugal. So I'm looking forward to an upset, and so that Johnny Boy can come down and watch football and enjoy football like the rest of us without being a fanatic.
Exactly. Germany also has an own goal too.
Okay.
We're not enjoying Spain. Because you guys all the own goal. You like
same page.
But I have 9 points though.
It looks like we're all on the same page.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
goals.
That's more than enough.
Wow. Okay.
Indirect. We support.
How many own goals does Germany have?
If we are going against them,
this is prediction. This is not support. This is prediction. Who we think would win. Yeah, I think Spain will win. Although I don't want Spain to win, but I think they would win.
You're not scared of Spain now. You're scared of Spain.
It's just about you.
I'm sticking with Georgia on this one.
You guys are.
They played more.
You know that if Shaw Portugal, you know, sure,
Yes.
England and France.
It's not
sure
sure for
them,
anybody
you know,
now,
sure
but
them now.
it definitely not sure for Spain. I think my hatred
Dude,
for Spain
we
goes
played-
way
we-
back. Goes back to the Barcelona, Pep Guardiola, when
Yes.
Barca used to beat Man
I'm
U.
gonna give
That's
England.
the
England.
You just said success.
For me,
That's
I've
what
not
that's
seen
why
enough
I
evidence to
success.
think that
No,
Spain is
sir,
going
dude.
to
Because we're
go.
successful
go
now.
so.
We had one football for 6
That
years.
was
It's not been
that's
so.
where
6
my
years.
hatred for yeah.
6 years.
And I like that Barca. I hated tiki taka as a football philosophy.
Dreams that most countries are some countries are only dreaming for 2 years of dominance. We had 6 years.
Well, granted, there are few tournaments in
6.
between, or 2 tournaments in between. So really, it's 2 years if you adjust for how long you're actually playing football.
Bro, we are done here now. 2008 to 2014, 6 years.
No, but
Bro, what
you
you talking
brought
about?
it up now, Sha, and let's segue to Portugal versus Slovenia. You know, you're claiming that we're scared. I'll start with Portugal. You're claiming that people that support Portugal are scared. I'm not. Oh, we already did that. I think that was Portugal 3-1. Yeah, I'm not scared. I'm with.
Yeah, I think we did.
I'm
Portugal
with Portugal
already.
definitely. I think
I think
the rest of
all
us
said
are.
Portugal.
Romania, Netherlands.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That to me that one is a little bit that should be okay. No, Austria's game is tricky too. Romania, Holland. That's one is tough. If Netherlands plays the way they played against Austria, they will go out. Let me just say that because they played Netherlands the way they played Austria. If they played against Romania, they will go out. Romania will knock them out. Romania look like, you know, these teams that are like giant killers. That's where I see Romania. Just there to kill the giants. That's all about. That's what they're all about. Giant killers. Did they lose? Okay, they
You
lost.
don't think
to Belgium.
Netherlands might have too much quality? Just
That's the problem. Netherlands don't really have quality. That's
Yeah,
the
Van
problem.
Dijk.
They don't have. Van Dijk is a defender. How many is he going to score?
Please.
We're talking about goals here, bro. Van Dijk was there. They scored 3 goals against
Oh,
him.
you add
He was
the-
there now. Depay is a comedian. Depay is a comedian. More like they bring him up for like an impact sub. They bring him up for like last 15 minutes when they're losing or they need a goal.
I don't
Frankie
know,
de Jong.
Jude, do you
Is
buy
the
this?
They didn't take De Jong is injured.
Jude, do you
They
buy
didn't take
this giant killer narrative that Johnny Boy is spinning for us?
I want to lean towards Romania, but the only thing is, I think it's a 50-50 game for
to beat them.
that fear or that panic. Then, but if they hold their formation, it will be a tough game.
Okay.
It will be a really tough one.
Last but not least, we have Austria versus Turkey. Austria appears to be the surprise of the tournaments. Ragnick left Man United in a ball of fire, essentially with his idea, and went to manage a team. I am not his biggest fan. Personally, I think he failed at the job that they brought him to do and thought that he could burn the house down.
I don't think he failed at
That's my
fail.
opinion. And they brought him to be diagnosing
You
sickness.
should be blaming the board. The board is where
No,
blaming
that's
because
not why we brought
there's
him there.
No, but you brought him in. You gave him. You first had a controversy about him being manager, then made him interim manager, then allowed him to be getting other jobs, then also told him that at the end of the season you are going to hire somebody else. What do you want him to do? He'll just sit down there
And also remember, he has not been a coach for a long time though.
Well, look at us.
People forget that he has not been a
Chelsea
coach for a long time.
had, when Chelsea had issues, right, with manager sacking under Abramovich, when they brought, was it Scolari or Hiddink, when they brought one of them back, every time they brought
Hiddink.
the coach back,
Hiddink was always their stopgap.
they are
Always.
just for short term. You never hear it in the media. And they performed. You understand? This guy already know that whatever be the case, I'll take my money and leave.
No, but
Secondly,
they also
to be the
they
coach.
promised him
They
initially.
bought- They've given him a lot
Yeah.
of things that there's no point for him to. Do you know what it means? It means like you are going to your office now. Let me ask you a question. You're going to your work now, right? And they tell you at the end of summer, it's guaranteed will give you a higher role. You still get your remuneration. Everything is fine. Don't you think the effort you are going to be putting is not going to be?
What do you mean? It should,
110.
no. I would think it would be the.
It's a human. It's
I
a
would think it
human
would be the
business.
other way
He's not
around now.
He's going to be more of. It's football. So now he's managing a team. It's not like your job now might be individual performance.
No, but
Well,
even as
when
a
you're
manager, I thought you were going to say that because Ragnick already knew that his role was ending and in the summer he didn't put his best, he didn't put his all in it. But if you're saying based on the promise of a higher position, I would think that intuitively you would understand that you would need to perform well in the current role in order to justify
Exactly.
promotion. Even if it's agreed.
It's a promise
But you said even if it's agreed, you said he's your church mind. Even if it's agreed, you hire somebody, you say I will promote you at the end of the month, and then during that month, in the giant, in the flex, in the go party, you don't do any work. You say, "But you promise me a job."
Shem, if you have an agreement with the person and say, at the end of this month, you become the area manager. This is somebody who is just a normal salesperson, and you're telling him at the end of this month, you become an area manager. The month is about to end, maybe 2 weeks' time. You expect the person to hit target this month. Let's that individual now.
I expect the person to try and show himself more, as in to show himself.
He'll probably be looking at the new job, the new role he's going to be. That's where his distraction will be.
Ragnick failed miserably at United.
It was a massive. If you want, he failed, but I felt his failure is not from his own personal stuff, because this is the guy that introduced this pattern that Klopp was playing. And some other guys, most German guys, and this thing. And
also, I think the reason why, to me, I would say he failed at mine is because people forget Ragnar had not coached before he came to Bayern for a long time. I think last time he coached was 2008 or something like that. So he hadn't coached. He was a technical director. Being a technical director has been different from being a coach.
He needed to steer the team. You don't have to be a coach. You can be out for a year, 2 years. Call Wenger back now and tell him to be a coach. Tell him we need it to manage.
If he comes, is he like
Arsenal hater.
Yeah, but Wenger is 5 years, so it's okay. This guy has not coached for like almost 15 years.
Okay, well,
he said about United at the time. Is it not true?
It's not the truth. It's the truth.
My issue is just that's not why we brought you here, sir. That's not.
That's why if he wanted to meant to be
I felt they should have just kept Carrick to the end of the season.
It was going to be technical director. There's no way he's not going to be collecting data on the squad and deciding what he's going to do when
his mind will be somewhere else. He'll be distracted. He should come and bother about Ronaldo being on the pitch.
So I think maybe the job role was just too complicated. They should have made him either technical director or say you're going to be
before the season ended. He became Austria manager. Austria manager.
That being said, I think what he's doing at Austria is impressive. I think Austria is a dangerous team. Right?
I don't think have they ever gone this far. The recent times they've never.
That's not even.
Sometimes it's hard for them.
They're not a team that people often talk about. That people often. So 1934, 1954, 2020, and then now.
And to me, they're one of after probably Spain, they're the most impressive team in this tournament, and maybe Germany. Okay, Spain, Germany.
They're my dark horses. Now my dark horses.
I'll give Austria because I want
to get to the final, not to win, to get to the final.
So should I assume that we're all on the same page that Austria is going to beat Turkey?
Austria will beat Turkey.
I'll say yes.
I think they'll beat Turkey. As long as they continue playing the way they have been playing, they'll beat Turkey.
Okay. All right. I mean, so the tally has been taken. We'll see. Yeah.
Can I go off on a quick tangent as usual? So, if we're to take any of the coaches right now in the Euros to Nigeria, I don't advocate for foreign coaches anyway. But if we're just hypothetical, which one will you take? Which European coach?
I'll take Ragnick.
Ragnick.
Yeah, I would have said Ragnick. That's cool. We're all on the same page.
I think not based on tactics.
I'll take him because I feel he will revolutionize the whole shit.
I don't think so.
It's not just coaching.
Let's be realistic.
That's what I'm saying.
Liberia is raising now. Yeah.
He cannot revolutionize anything with NFF being there. There's that political side being there.
Yeah, but
I think it's going to be frustrating.
I understand everything we need to know.
I think everything works.
Yeah, I'm looking at assuming everything works.
Is Roberto Martinez.
From where?
Martinez, nah. Hell no.
Martinez is a fashion wearing nice suit. That is not cut out for Nigeria. We don't want suit manager. Trench coat and joggers.
Those are the two people I feel like, because Nigeria, our football is not possessive, so you can't bring.
That's what I'm saying. That Ragnick is going to change it. That's what I'm saying.
The kind of football we have is what all attack. Just send the ball out.
That's why Ragnick is going to come to change it. That's what we're saying. Like
I'm
I see
telling
the
you,
way Austria plays.
No,
They
no,
play
but
coordinated.
do,
That's what I
come
know
on, boys,
about.
you
Johnny
know,
boys,
They are
we have good players.
coordinated.
which I agree with, is
I'm
that
not right, but I'm telling you, let's be realistic.
no, but
Face
Ragnick
the
has that
No, but
specific
dude, the
expertise.
question was
Like he has that specific expertise
yes,
of developing footballing structures from
exactly.
top down.
That's his forte. That's his
That's his
forte.
forte.
That's what
with the
he's known
people
for.
that are 30 coach telling him you receive what.
A
I'm
genius
trying to be
person,
realistic,
not
right?
frustrate you.
It's just an election now. If you say, oh, who will do better election, organize a better election, we will call whoever we want to call. But when it's realistically
Nigeria
Nigeria,
situation.
what
No,
will
yeah.
happen? That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
but
Not
we are
that
saying all things being equal, though. That's our point. That's what
all
we're
things
saying.
can never be equal. So let's just let's just focus on the reality, because I hate having that hope again. So let's just focus on the reality and face the Nigeria. You can say, okay, he'll go to Ghana and do something, or he go to South Africa and change the game. That's good. But in Nigeria, he will still want to play those players, because if he does not play those players and does not get results, we are not patient enough for him.
To
Do you
do his own
understand? If you need to do
revolutionizing.
your stuff, you frustrate them, the media, all those things. I don't blame the guy who left Nigeria immediately after the final. He just took his glory and left. So me, I just feel the coaches that can probably play I like Nia Guzman will be on a high expectation. That's good. Or anywhere below face, let's just be attacking. Give it to Roberto Martinez. Let us be good.
That one saved you.
If we shall score the goal, we'll manage and try and defend whatever we want to defend. Because I don't see tactically, it's it's going to be tough to have like an organized. It's not like we don't have the players. It's just like that selection. We need to have somebody that is also a technical director that will help him to be selecting and scouting those guys that they work.
That's why I went for Ragnick.
But at the same time, we know that. Let me not say it because I'm online. We know that sometimes you have to be passing something around to enter the team. Sometimes
That one saved you.
so it might be beyond his power.
That one saved.
Right? So
I mean,
it's been
That's
alleged
the
that
reason why I went to Ragnick, because Ragnick is going to do. It's not just coaching. He's going to like oversee everything.
and maybe he's too old for that. He's too much of an old man to get involved in.
with the
Yeah,
same issue.
I understand what I'm saying, but he's showing that age is not a problem. He's showing it right now. That age is not a
No, I
problem.
mean maybe he's too much of an. To not be swayed by the rubbish that's going on. But that's a good place to kind of leave things. We know like Jude had somewhere to get to, and you know we've chatted for a while. We have our predictions for round of 16, starting from this weekend. You know, there's football this weekend. It's great that even in the summer, while we're waiting for Premier League to come back, we don't have to be without football. So we'll see you guys next week again. And
Wait, I have to ask a question though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about what's happening between Mason Greenwood and Mai? I don't understand why Mai doesn't want to take him back though. Like, he's your best striker. Why is Mai trying to sell him?
The wokeness, please.
Because
That's all. That's all.
I'm surprised. You would think Man, you'll be like, yo, we have to keep this guy because he's your best
Do
striker,
you want
best
people to
finisher.
come in front of a stadium and pose naked and be writing woman beater or something like?
United,
They don't have that.
publicly traded.
but he was.
It wasn't
It's not
clear.
about that. Benjamin Mendy was no.
I mean, she withdrew the case, rather. She withdrew the case.
Mendy was acquitted. What happened? Where is he now?
Mendy's situation is different from Missing Greenwood, right?
Once you have that, once you have it and it stays for long, he's had evidence.
Yeah,
Whatever
it's not the
happened
same
behind
as
the case,
it's
we
not the
can-
same as Greenwood.
We can argue that the guy came back and probably decided to die
We
the
heard
case.
what we heard.
You heard the audio,
So
so
it's-
So he did it after he did it.
Even
I know,
Ronaldo's
but-
case, Ronaldo's allegation that what happened in the US, they still carry it on. But because
allegation.
Madrid is a bigger.
That one allegation.
Yeah, but he never scored. The thing is, they've arrested him. It became a big deal then.
They didn't arrest Ronaldo.
No, I said not Ronaldo. I said him. They stopped him from. They've already made a big deal around it.
Yeah, there's
It
no
was-
there's
it's-
no
I
way.
know.
I don't know why people like that. That's not really a question, boy. Like
The second thing is, how do you bring him back to the team? It's another process now because now
Do
getting
you think my players will be happy to have him back? Seeing
not
what he
all
has done
Mali
outside.
players. Let's just be realistic. Let's be sincere. Not all Mali players. will be
it's a
happy.
non-starter.
I'm telling you.
Like it's not even. Missing Greenwood
So,
should go
for
somewhere
me,
else. He'll be happy.
It's going to take a while for him to blend back into the team and into the atmosphere at Old Trafford. The best thing they could do, I really want him to stay, but it's beyond the board and it's beyond because the board is trying to avoid whatever that will put them in the blacklist because they know
I think just doctor.
Any
Somebody
team
else said it.
want them to
Is
go
it
away. They'll
Public
just say,
traded company. That's why.
Glazer should leave. Glazer should leave. That will be the next thing you see. So they're trying to avoid that situation to get to that hand of Glazer should. Even the stadium that was leaking was still a big deal towards the end of the season. The stadium was leaking. They had a problem.
That's
Theater of rainfall.
it's not really a conversation, Johnny Boy. But like I mean, it's fair to ask.
Oh, you don't have the club. I would have said you should have signed him, but I just realized that you'll be in another club by next season.
That was the
Mbappe is already there now, so you can't sign him.
And next season, the next one, you would have left Mbappe and go on to somebody. Maybe then you join Yama, Lamar, Nico Williams.
I have PSG too now. I have PSG have PSG, so I have PSG.
No, I
too.
just feel they should sell him. I feel they should sell Rashford.
They will sell him now. They will sell him.
I feel they should sell Rashford or something.
But he has value, so they will sell him.
Me, I feel we should take Rashford to PSG. They will probably buy him. We'll sign a deal with what's their right back, Hakimi, to come maybe after next season. We'll qualify for Champions League.
you don't
Which is it?
finish now.
Which is
Right,
it?
Next season, not this season. Next season.
That's you come top 4 now, basically.
We're qualifying for
That's
Champions
this
League
season now.
season
You
now.
four now. That's
United
Yeah,
are
we'll
going
come
to
top
be
four. Why
top 4
not?
this
Are
season.
you okay? I don't. Wait, is it me and Edafe that had that bet that will be above you, right? Was it that? That's our bet, right?
Anyhow, Sha, this was good. We'll see you guys next week. Greenwood isn't coming back, unfortunately. I'll support him from far wherever he goes. You know, wish him all the best. But he's not coming back to United. With that, peace.
See you guys next week. Same
Same
time,
time.
right?
Love.
Okay.
Game to next week.